Mandatory action, must put litter in bins, blue. Prohibition, not drinking water. Red. Safe conditions, drinking water, green. Warning, radiation hazard. Yellow. What do engineering controls do? Engineering controls provide plant and equipment with built-in safety features and add particular safety equipment to processes in order to remove or reduce risks. When should personal protective equipment be used? A. When it has not been possible to eliminate the hazard or reduce risk to acceptable levels by the use of engineering controls, working methods or working patterns. Define a safe system of work. A safe system of work is a formal procedure which results from a systematic examination of the tasks of a work process in order to identify all the hazards and define methods of working which eliminate those hazards or minimize the risks associated with them. What is the difference between technical, procedural and behavioral controls? Technical or engineering controls are those which are applied directly to the hazard itself in order to minimize the risk. Procedural controls define the way in which work should be carried out in relation to the hazard. Behavioral controls define how the individual operator or groups of workers must act in relation to the hazard. What is a permit to work? Permits to work are formal written documents specifying the work to be done and the precautions to be taken. Work can only start when it is confirmed that it is safe to do so, and the work must be carried out strictly according to the requirements of the permit. On completion, confirmation is required that all safety measures have been reinstated before any further work can commence. What are the key points in the list of requirements for a permit to work form? Permit title, number and reference to other relevant permits or isolation certificates. Job location, plant identification, description of work to be done and its limitations. Hazard identification and precautions necessary. Signature of the manager releasing the plant for the job and confirming that isolations have been made, precautions taken, except those which can only be taken during the work. Signature confirming understanding of the work to be done, the hazards involved and the precautions required. Handback, signatures, with time and date, of both the permit acceptor and issuer. Confirming that all the procedures have been carried out correctly, the work has been completed and the plant is ready for testing and recommissioning. Cancellation, signatures, with time and date, certifying that the work has been tested and the plant satisfactorily recommissioned, and that it has been accepted back in a safe condition. For production to recommence. Protective equipment necessary when undertaking the work. Date and time duration of the permit. Extension, shift handover procedures, signatures confirming that checks have been made to ensure that the plant remains safe to be worked upon, and that the next workers have been made fully aware of the hazards and precautions. Where an extension to the work is involved, a new expiry time for the permit must be given. What is the role and responsibilities in the event of an emergency? Receive information about incidents likely to give rise to an emergency situation. Determine the initial response to the situation, including whether an evacuation is necessary, and lead that response. Contact the emergency and rescue services as necessary, and brief them on the nature of the incident and any special problems, hazards they might face. What is the safety monitoring? Surveys, inspections, tours, sampling. Safety inspection, a physical inspection of parts of the workplace or of aspects of the work, probably making use of checklists. Safety tour, a management team examines certain aspects of an organization, perhaps as a prelude to more detailed investigations. Safety sampling, an inspection which is limited to certain areas of the workplace or to certain aspects of workplace activity. Survey, for example, a noise survey of an engineering workshop. Survey may also mean planning the campaign to make best use of limited resources. What is the between a safety survey, a safety tour and safety sampling? Survey, detailed investigation of one aspect of the workplace. Noise, use of hearing protection. Pedestrian and vehicle management. Machine guards. Fire precautions, equipment. Safety tour, usually something of a round with a group of people of different skills and positions in the company. We are aware that round may conjure up in your mind two very different pictures, a team pulling together, making full use of their skills, or a group of people being towed around by he who must be obeyed, whatever, in our experience. The word tour does usually appear to involve a group of people. Safety sampling, in our mind, sampling probably falls below the survey in the hierarchy but is a good way for the safety officer, line manager etc. to keep in contact with the activities and needs of the workplace. Sampling is obviously also of value in maintaining the profile of the safety people in the organization. Definition of a health and safety audit. Engineering surveyors, including manufacturers of the equipment used. Insurance company personnel. Statutory inspections, pressure systems such as boilers, lifting equipment, fire certificate checks. General inspections in connection with the employer's liability insurance. Investigating claims connected with accidents. This of course will not be a planned in advance part of the audit, but if accidents, ill health, dangerous occurrences have happened, they must be encompassed by the audit. Liaising with risk management and technical consultants carrying out inspections. Outside consultants undertaking safety inspections, noise surveys, environmental surveys. HSE and local authority inspectors undertaking statutory inspections or carrying out accident investigations. Define reactive and active monitoring. Reactive monitoring is where accidents and other safety-related incidents are investigated to find out what went wrong and identify action to put it right so that there will be no recurrence. Active monitoring is where the existing safety measures are inspected to find out if anything may go wrong and identify action to put it right before there is an incident. What do we mean by systematic monitoring? Systematic monitoring involves the taking of planned regular action to seek information about the effectiveness of the organization and arrangements regarding health and safety. What are the sources of information used in reactive monitoring? The information for reactive monitoring comes from the investigation of accidents and other safety-related incidents, issues raised by workers and failings identified by external agencies, usually enforcement authorities. What is the purpose of workplace inspections? The purpose of workplace inspections is to ensure that the control arrangements specified in the safety policy are operating effectively and that they cover all the risks. What are the key elements of workplace inspection? An assessment of the standards of workplace health and safety against the specified performance standards and the risks. The identification and reporting of any deficiencies. The identification of causes and of action to be taken to remedy the problem. What is the difference between a safety survey and safety tour? Safety tours are generally unannounced inspections of the major control measures in a workplace following a predetermined route. Safety surveys are in-depth inspections of specific issues or procedures, where there is reason to believe that there may be deficiencies in the existing safety systems, either because of changes in the workplace or on the basis of problems identified by other monitoring techniques. What role does senior management have in workplace inspections? Senior management has responsibility for ensuring that effective workplace inspection regimes are in place and are operated effectively. This will include receiving reports and overseeing, agreeing action. In addition, the visible involvement of senior managers in all types of inspection is to be encouraged for the commitment it demonstrates towards safety and the effect on the promotion of a positive health and safety culture. Why are checklists used in inspections? Checklists help to ensure a consistent, systematic and comprehensive approach to checking all the safety elements to be covered during an inspection. What are the 7 C's? Clear, concise, correct, courteous, complete, consistent, convincing.
Please give comment and suggestions.
Thank you.
Subscribe our YouTube channel and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thank for visit our channel. See you next class.
Thank you.